It's Thirsty Thursday. Welcome to PNC Sales Pros. I'm Cody Askins, and I've got Jacob Van Helden, the Mr. Van Helden, stepping in for Willie Bob Frazier today. Will's in other states, rocking and rolling, selling like a machine. We come to you every Thursday with PNC Sales Pros, which is a podcast about the PNC business, how to become a PNC Sales Pro. Mr. Van Helden, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. How you doing?
Doing good, buddy. Doing good. We've had a super busy week, but just because Will's out of town and busy doesn't mean that the PNC agents of the world don't need help.
They never rest.
And everything that we have to offer. So again, this is every Thursday we do PNC Sales Pros. Today we're going to jump into how to market on social media.
So important. If you're not on social media in some form or fashion, you are
jump off a cliff.
Yeah. You are missing out on a huge population of people that you can reach out to in a click of a button. I mean, it is literally the most effective way to market yourself if you don't have a multi-million dollar budget where you're able to get on television and get on these mainstream ads, Facebook marketing, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat.
Tweet.
Anything that you can be on and get your name out there, you just got to.
That's right. That's why social media is literally huge nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
And what we're going to dive into, what we're going to jump into is just how to successfully be on social media and market yourself, some creative ways to get your name out there, because if you're not using it, you are making a mistake.
Here's a quick number for you, just to give you an idea of what you're missing out on if you are not on social media. 81%, that is 81% of the U.S. population is on some sort of social media, whether it's Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter. 81% of the U.S. population is on social media, and 79% of internet users are using Facebook. 79% of the people who get on the internet use Facebook.
The internet.
It's ridiculous, and if you're not using it, you are missing out. Huge. You are missing such a big opportunity to really get the word out and get your name out there and not spend $100,000.
Dude, we're dropping bombs early and often. You went straight to the meat, bro.
We're hitting them.
You went straight to the meat. And so, as we say this all the time, Jacob says it in the office, Will says it, I say it, you've got to be taking massive amounts of action. You've got to swallow your market, absolutely engulf the competition. If you're not on social media and if you're not banging it out hard,
you're a chump
on every social media channel, then you're a chump, bro. I mean, you're just a chump.
You're missing out, and it's so simple. I mean, if your grandma can set up a Facebook account, you got to be able to do it.
There's no doubt about that.
You've got to be able to do it.
There's no doubt about that. Okay, so we talked about 81% of the U.S. population on some sort of social media. 79% of internet users are on Facebook, which is insane. Give us some more crazy statistics to make the people that aren't on social media or that aren't using social media feel like idiots. It sells idiots, and the people that are using it make them feel like winners.
So here's a good one, and this actually surprised me quite a bit. Out of the entire social media market, Facebook controls 42% of the market share. That means they control almost half
of the whole pie.
Guys, and even YouTube. YouTube's been around for a long time, and people are really starting to realize how effective YouTube can be to get your name out of there.
Dude,
almost a quarter of the market share is given to YouTube. So between YouTube and Facebook alone, 67% of the market is controlled by two mediums on social media.
That's what they call 2/3.
That's 2/3.
When you have 67%, that is 2/3 of the entire market.
If you're sitting there with 3 friends, 2 of those friends guaranteed are on Facebook or YouTube.
Wow. And those are the two mediums that I use the most in my business.
Absolutely.
YouTube number one, Facebook number two. That's where I get all of my traffic for everything related to Secure Agent Mentor. We started doing live videos on we've been doing videos on YouTube for a while, but we've started doing live videos on Facebook.
And guys, it's free. It's free.
It's really expensive.
I mean, if you have no pennies in your pocket, you can make a Facebook Live video. It's so simple. It's so free, and you just got to get over that worry or whatever it is that you're not, you don't think you're good enough to get on there. You got to get out there. You got to expose yourself.
And what's funny is, yes, you can be saturating your market and letting people know that you're present and that you're available and that you're a winner and you're there to stay for free. But as Gary Vee says, he's a huge marketer, speaks to the millennials every day. He says if you're not using Facebook ads or Facebook advertising in your business, that you are missing out and that you will regret it at some point in the future. We both use it in our business, and we've learned so much about just how to generate, about lead generation, digital marketing, and how important that side of your business is. And so, yeah, we may not tell you what to put in it in the future, we will. But today we may not tell you what to put in an exact ad. But the fact that we're telling you it is that important to use it. Learn it. You can learn anything that you set your mind to.
And it's so simple. And guys, right now, if you're going to do it, now is the time, because Facebook, YouTube, they're catching on. They're really starting to realize how effective these marketing means are, and the price is only going to go up. So if you want to start it and you want to get in on the time where it's least expensive, now is the time.
Yeah. There's never been a better time than now. And except for yesterday.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, guys, 79% of internet users use Facebook. And out of those 79% of internet users, 75% of those Facebook users go on Facebook daily. That means they are waking up in the morning and the first thing they check is their Facebook.
I've been on, and you know what's funny is about Facebook? You scroll through the news feed and you subconsciously are branding people and companies in your mind, whether you realize it or not. So if you ask me a specific question about a topic, because of Facebook, I'm going to a large majority of the time, I'm going to think of a specific person or a company because I've subconsciously scrolled through it so much.
Oh, yeah.
I've been on Facebook. Well, I had agents messaging me this morning, so I've been on like a dozen times.
Yeah. And you can't not see things on Facebook. When you're scrolling, you may only check Facebook a couple times a day, but out of those 2 times a day, you're going to be exposed to at least 5 to 10 ads. And whether you know it or not, those ads are affecting you in one way or another. And if you can make an ad impress someone and give someone such an impression that they say, you know what, I'm going to click on that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to read more into that.
Right.
That is the cheapest form of a lead source that you could possibly find.
And what we do and kind of the language that we use is with Facebook ads, you've got to give something away. You've got to create a sense of urgency.
Absolutely.
And you've got to be creative because there's a million Facebook ads.
Yeah. You got to stand out.
But exactly.
You got to stand out. You got to give someone a reason to remember you.
That's what we should have called this podcast. Stand out in a crowded freaking world.
For real. Because there are hundreds and hundreds of millions of people in the world, and over 3/4 of them, use Facebook. And so
crazy.
Facebook is already saturated enough, so you have to find a way to stand out, to leave an impression on someone. And whether it be like the man himself, Cody Askins, where he is just so intense and so energetic that it forces you to look at it. If you don't even want to look at it, even if you don't sell insurance, you're going to watch a video from Cody Askins because he is so intense and he is so driven and energetic that you just feed off of it. You could work at McDonald's and you could watch a video from Cody Askins and be pumped up about making burgers that day.
Dude, I'm tearing up over here. I think I shed a tear.
That's what I do, bro.
In this, you got my attention in a crowded world. I can tell you
That's
that.
That's what I do,
dude. This was all about. Again, we've got some more statistics and a few things we want to dive into as well. But this one's all about standing out in a crowded world.
Just
Marketing on social media, using those free tools.
you got to do it.
You got to be present.
You got to do it. And it's free, guys. And it blows my mind when people tell me, well, Facebook isn't effective. I don't get a lot of stuff out of Facebook. It's because you're not using it right.
Yeah.
You're just another number. You have to stand out. You have to be that bright shining star that's just, everyone just has to look at. And even if they like you or they don't like you, they're going to know you.
Right. Exactly. That's a funny statement. That's one that I've used.
I love it. That's one of my favorite Grant Cardone statements. One of my favorite Cody Askins statements. Let me give you a little bit more statistics here. Like I said, out of the market share, Facebook controls 42% of the market. YouTube controls 24% of the market. 32% of internet users are on Facebook. And you guys you got to be on it. Like I said earlier, 79% of internet users are using Facebook. 68% of U.S. adults, so that's people over the age of 40, are using Facebook. And if you're selling home, if you're selling auto, if you're selling anything property and casualty related, your market is on Facebook. The people that you're trying to target are on Facebook. Those 100%. Moms that are at home all day and have nothing better to do but get on Facebook, they're going to see your ads, and you want to be sure that they do, and you want to be sure they click on them.
You have to stand out in a crowded world.
And it's crowded. But
one thing that I don't do well enough is I use YouTube, I use Facebook, I use a little bit of Snapchat, a few snaps here and there every day. Let's talk about Twitter and Instagram, because they say that obviously Facebook's for everyone, but that senior insurance related crowd, Facebook is it. That video world, YouTube is it. That millennial generation of our age typically is Instagram, or even with Twitter, slightly more male dominated, they say. But they're all good mediums, and we're not saying that you have to post on every single one of them 30 times a day.
Yeah.
Find the ones that meet your market, do something on all of them, but I focus on YouTube and Facebook and do very little or the occasional thing on Instagram and Twitter. So you can't be everything to everyone, but at least dominate something.
Yeah, and find what works for you, because if your target market is folks that are in the millennial age, so born after 2000 and under 30 years old, those folks are going to be. They're gonna kind of be spread out over everything, because I'm 24 years old and I've got a Facebook, I got a Snapchat, I've got an Instagram, I've got a Twitter, I've got a YouTube account, so I get them all.
Pinterest?
I don't have a Pinterest. I don't do Pinterest. I don't pin.
I don't pin either.
Yeah, but out of those, I'll be honest with you, I get on Facebook and Instagram more than I get on Twitter. I'll check Twitter a couple times a day.
Tweet.
But it's not something that drives to me, and I hate to say it, and Gary Vee, I heard Gary Vee tell this one time, is Twitter's really going to the wayside. If you've noticed, Facebook, Instagram, they're all kind of starting to copy what Snapchat does, where you can add a story. You don't see that on Twitter. So if you have success in Twitter, that's great. Stay with it. Saturate that market.
Yeah.
But if you're not seeing success, try another medium. Try Instagram. Try Facebook. Try Snapchat. I mean, get yourself out there. That's the main thing. Just get yourself out there.
Start by having a page, being present, and posting. And one thing too, this is one social media rule. Only about one of every 10 to one out of every 20 posts can be business related.
Right. Absolutely.
If you are that guy that's posting half of your stuff is business related, or hey, call me for a free life insurance quote, and you're doing that every day, or half, or 9 out of 10 times it's business related, they will soon subconsciously skip over everything they see with your name on it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And the other thing, and again, another Gary Vee, the guy's a beast. He's got a book, and if you're a reader, I would very, very much encourage you to read it. It's called Jab, 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 Right Hook. And basically, the whole philosophy behind it is to give content, and then hit them with that sales pitch. Don't drive and punch sales in their face over and over again, because nobody wants that.
Yeah.
People want content. People want a reason to want to follow you. So you get that following, you build that organic crowd, and then you ask that sales question. Then you hit them with that, hey, this is what I'm selling. Are you interested?
Exactly. And then that's what most marketers, and especially insurance agents, don't realize nowadays, is that you've got to give away so much free content and build so much value that it's kind of the opposite of the way people used to market.
Exactly.
It's a crowded world, though.
The day of the strong arm salesman that comes in and overcomes 16 objections, and they say no, and you tell them you're not leaving until you get a sale. That is gone. I'm telling you, those guys are dying off. If you want to call them the used car salesman, I used to sell cars myself, so no offense at all, but that's just that's the way it goes. Those days are quickly going away, and it's become a world just with the amount of information that's available. You have to just give away as much as you can, and then you ask that sales question, then you ask to buy.
Bring some value.
Absolutely.
And they will
value
you.
They will come. I
That's
love it.
Right.
Bring some value, and they will value you. Write that down, guys.
I like it. All right, this is PNC Sales Pros every Thursday. Mr. Jacob Van Helden, thanks for stepping in.
Thanks, buddy. I really appreciate it.
All right, make sure that you follow us on YouTube. Secure Agent Mentor. If you're listening, please subscribe right now. Thanks for listening to PNC Sales Pros. We do a live show on Mondays and a podcast every day of the week. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays.
Flooding the market,
A
baby.
radio show on Fridays.
Flooding the market.
Thanks for listening to PNC Sales Pros. Every Thursday we bring this out with a topic related to property and casualty. It's going to help you grow your business with Cody Askins, Will Frazier, and the great Jacob Van Helden. Thanks for listening. Have an incredible weekend. Happy Easter, and we'll see you next Thursday.
Thanks, guys.